Hello and welcome back to this Raith Rovers season that we're doing here. Getting quite deep into the season, so a few bits and pieces to catch up on here. Bit of transfer activity actually since the last time we were on here. We've had a few players go out here: Hampshire, Fox, Nardiello. Ross Matheson went to Celtic for 1.6 million, which I didn't really see coming, but fair enough. Billy McKinley's off to Turkey, got £1 million there, and Ellis went to Aberdeen. So brought in a fair few bucks there in transfers, 5.75 for the season, and I've brought in a few to replace them. It's a young winger here from Wimbledon who's pretty cheap. Paul Dalglish, another cover for wings and strikers. Billy McDonald, central midfielder, and then I brought Gary Lock in to replace McKinley, so he's my new captain. Innes Ritchie again, just another cheap defender pickup for cover, and this young Icelandic defender Gieleson. So yeah, it's coming along pretty well. 3.9 million in the bank now, but I'm still conscious of the fact that it's dropping steadily because you know the wage bill's just outweighing the income, unfortunately. But that'll be the case until we get up. So that's what's went on with player-wise. Just been on a cracking run in the league. We've only had one draw now out of 27 games played, and since we left off with the Cup's quarter final there, just dominant wins in the league. 6-0 against Arbroath here. Scottish Cup run, put Dundee out, put Ross County out, and we've got Hamilton coming up here in the next round. But the reason I'm doing this video is I believe we'll actually win the First Division title with this next game. So yeah, team set up, ready to go, so I'll crack on with that. Oh yeah, I forgot as well, we've got McKnight in here, and he has replaced Matheson, who went to Celtic, and he has been ridiculous. 11 goals in 8 games for that attacking midfielder role, so he has been well worth it, and I think I took the piss on the price here, 90k for this guy, so fantastic signing there. Oh, and yeah, we've got some Bosmans coming in, covered Scott Wilson before, got Zero Ali here, he's going to be a good left winger for next year, for sure. Another defender from Rangers in Pentila, solid, and Roddy McKenzie just for kind of goalkeeper cover there, so all looking good, and we'll hopefully tie the league up here, folks. And Nacho Novo's definitely known where the goal is this year, 24 goals there. That's his 25th of the season. Cracking season from Zubov as well, so really flying now. Yeah, so there's what, 8 games left, and that was what, 25 points ahead. You only need, yeah, so 24 we need to be ahead or more, so this will be the league wrapped up. So it's been St Mirren that we've been chasing mostly, Falkirk like we kind of suspected there. Big drop to the next teams down there. But I kind of felt like early in the season when we beat Falkirk and St Mirren back to back that was just kind of putting the seal on it. So yeah, it's all over on the 2nd of March. We had plenty of games to spare, 8 games to spare there. Raith Rovers tie up the First Division title. Great performances there from most of my players. And I would think that we shouldn't have many difficulties with Hamilton here. Never say never when it comes to the Cup. But yeah, we should be able to do the business here. Going to just check to see if there's anybody else that's kind of looking interested on the free transfer front. I would maybe bring in McIntyre there, but I don't like the stamina, so that's a no-no. And these kind of younger players, if they're 23 or under, although I'd like to bring them in, you have to pay a tribunal, which can quite often exceed their value, so I just wait till it gets nearer the expiry and then offer money for them. So yeah, there's not much there, really. So here we go, and we can pop Clark in there, and we've got Williams back from injury. So yeah, pretty solid for the Scottish Cup game here. Straight away McKnight popping up again, so he's been a revelation so far. Oh, this is 5th round. I think it's technically the quarter final. Yeah. So, if we can avoid the Old Firm sides in the next round, I'd fancy our chances of getting to the final. We've got an injury to Raith here. I'll pop Clark, and he's another one who's had solid season, 18 goals, 10 assists, values went up, and he's young, so he'll just get better. Possibly we want to sell though, but I've got Zero Ali coming in, who is a better player. Well, they're back to 2-1 here, hopefully we hang on. You never know with the cup games. That's it, Nova puts it to bed. So it's a big draw, because this is basically the only thing we've got left going on now. Away to Rangers. So if you recall in the earlier videos, it was Rangers that were our downfall in the League Cup. So that's going to be a tough ask. And it looks like it's between them and Celtic at the top of the Premier League surprise, although Hearts are up there. That's kind of a bit surprising. Yeah, so I'll play it through to the the semi-final here against Rangers, so we'll just get through these next few league games. Good thing is as well is I can rest players against Ayr there before the semi-final. There will be a few players that are probably just not going to be able to cut it in the SPL as well, so there'll be a few that will sell off again once we kind of finish the cup run. But I was wary of spending anything serious because that you don't want to be top heavy on wages at this level. Most clubs that you take over will be already badly balanced in that regard. Sometimes it's an idea to just sell off everything bar your star players and try and bring in loans and that kind of thing. But it's just been a bit of a walk in the park here against most of these teams. But that'll all change next season. So yeah, just crack on this next one. I'll wait to Clyde here. I mean, it's getting to the stage where you'd maybe say, look, can we stay unbeaten the whole season? Which is a possibility. But I'll likely jinx it by saying that out loud. I could have played about with signing players a bit more maybe and buying and selling, but it wasn't really much of a need. I kind of knew I had enough money to get through the season and still have a bit to spare in the bank for next year. And once the team's settled as well, too much chopping and changing can kind of mess that up a bit. So we've got our Broth next, and then I'll play the second 11 against Ayr. Yeah, Zubov has definitely been a good acquisition there. Surprised I haven't had somebody come in for him yet. Here we go though, Nachonovo absent from training. Didn't see that one coming. A wee warning about that. That might be a wee sign to get him sold. And a red card we could do without. It's only 5 games left in the league to see if we can do the Invincibles. I guess that'd be a reason to keep the video going, even if we do get knocked out of the cup by Rangers. Echo's stats have really went up as well. He's up to a 20 for finishing now, so I'll definitely look to continue with him next season. And that rips up another one at least, even though we've got the red card for Williams there, which is always a bit of a disappointment, especially if you're in a pretty solid lead at the time. Looks like McKnight might be back in time for the cup game. Okay, so we'll play kind of second string here in this game. So we'll be Clark, Ritchie, Nicol. And still got Paiva there, although I was trying to sell him. That's it. Thought he would have been moved on by now, but interest seems to have died down a bit. But yeah, so we'll get this game played. Don't want to be picking up any injuries for that cup game. Possibility that we could lose this one, but never mind. Oh boy, that's a player that we sold at the start of the season to Ayr. I think he played for Dunfermline as well, I want to say, so yeah, he did. Turncoat. But yeah, looks like we'll pick up a win there. Actually 30 points ahead now. Well, the league's already wrapped up, but it's still building a bigger lead. Yeah, so happy enough for that one, given that it was the second string. And hopefully I'll get, I would imagine that I'll get Paiva sold in the summer, but even if I don't, he's still going to keep developing there, but he's kind of unsettled, says he's not settling in Scotland, so he'll probably move on to Portugal or Spain, I'd imagine. So are we going to sink twice to the blue side of the Old Firm here? Potentially. Gary looks suspended. But good news is McKnight's back fit. And we'll give Nova the benefit of the doubt there. Even though he's been a bit of a wee fanny. So yeah, I'll just see who auto picks as captain. McGlynn, do I want Nicole being captain? Probably not. Yeah, we'll go with Espin there. Right, so here we go. Can we do something against Rangers here at Hampden? As long as I don't get beaten by a Neil McCann goal again. No, it was competitive, at least, first half. Oh, Nacho Novo gets a goal against his future employers. It's going to be another close one either way. Oh, it's a big historic win for Raith Rovers. The mighty Rangers knocked out. And this could work out tremendously well, because if Celtic do win the league and we're playing them in the final, that means we'll be in Europe. And it is Celtic. And they are top of the league, but they haven't wrapped it. So that could be something for next year. And yeah, there'll be a gap, so I'll just I'll play these 4 games. Hopefully we can keep the invincible season going. So this video will be a bit longer than the earlier ones, but I haven't done as many as I did with the Nottingham Forest games, because like it's probably a lot for people to sit and watch, but just kind of keeping the high spots of the season covered at least. And there'll be probably a bit more to look at in the next season, especially with the European campaign there, if Celtic win the league or if we win the cup. Yeah, still turning over these teams quite handily. He's been quite a good wee pick-up because he's young enough to develop and good pace. So yeah, keep these wins trucking along. Falkirk and St Mirren back to back again though. Probably would have got a fair bit in gate receipts from that league, that cup semi-final as well, if it was held at Hampden. Yeah, so that's boosted the money a wee bit, so looking pretty solid there. And we'll get Dalglish in on the right, Clark in there, and I'll get Locke back in. So yeah, sold Billy McKinley for $1 million and brought him in for 120,000, so that was a good bit of business there. Yep, it's looking solid again here. I do feel like I'm just patiently waiting to put Novo on the transfer list now. Not turning up for training. Can't be having that. So yeah, a couple of league games left, and then the big one against the Celtic. And there's a good chance there's going to be a big offer coming in for a few players, I'd imagine. Once the season wraps up, you usually get Celtic and Rangers will put some stupid bid in for somebody, like they did with Matheson, because that kind of came out of the blue, and they bid well over what he was worth to start with. Yeah. Possibly the most dominant league win I can remember playing through, to be honest. Well, you dropped 2 points and we've only got a game left. Did expect more from St Mirren over the season. And they may still have time to spoil the pudding, as they say. No, we're not going to get a goal here away. No, so there goes the unbeaten season. Anyway, but that was never like something you'd be planning for, but it would have been cool. But the most important thing is we've got this cup tie coming up. So yeah, the unbeaten record lasted for 34 games in the league. I'd imagine that's still a record. Raith Rovers. So I'll get this Partick Thistle game out of the way. And hopefully we'll be at full strength for Celtic, because that's going to be a tough game. So looking solid in this one, 2 up at half time. Good to carry some momentum into the final. So yeah, Partick Thistle have been pretty poor though. Poor old Arbroath down there on 16 points. Kind of expected Novo's finishing to go up and his stats to improve, isn't really, so he's definitely the main one I'll be looking to sell. So yeah, it's a pity we lost that St Mirren game. That would have been an unbeaten season. And if you look at the Premier Division, yes, Celtic champions there, so that is significant, because I believe that means that we are qualifying for Europe no matter what happens in the final. We'll maybe get Raith Rovers against Fiorentina next season. Or Bayern Munich. More in line with history there. Just kind of wondering if maybe Celtic are actually after the treble here. No, Rangers won the League Cup. So it's time for the big one. And we'll have to bring, what will we give in his Richie a debut? And we'll go with Clark. Yeah, so that's looking like we're ready to go with this one. Sutton, Larson, Agat, you just see those names popping up and you know this is not going to go well probably. It shouldn't, by logic anyway. Again, we've got in at half time like we did against Rangers without being put to the sword yet. I'm going to just give McKnight a switch over here and Clark as well. Oh. Well, we didn't get hammered. So there is that. Fair play though, so yep, so just falling short in the league in the Scottish Cup there, but very, very dominant league league win there. 132 goals. Most of the top players there. So that's all good. So there it is for Raith Rovers then. We won the technically the League and Cup double if you count the Challenge Cup. So 2 trophies there. Phenomenal season in the league, but it's all about the challenge begins next season when we'll be in the SPL and we'll have a European campaign as well. So probably going to do a fair bit of work with transfers in preparation for the new season. So I'll pick up on the next video when we're ready to start the new season rolling. So thanks for watching. Cheers.